Anton thought he could walk into Corey Holcomb's show, talking zesty, and walk out a hero. He walked out a meme. This is what happens when internet gangsters meet real comedians. Yo, Roy here. Let me talk to you real quick. Anton Daniels just got violated by a 57-year-old man. Not jumped, not sued. Not exposed. Violated. By a comedian in a bucket hat who probably takes fiber supplements, and instead of taking the L like a grown man, this dude pulled out the black card, the daughter card, the pray for me card, and damn near every no reverse in the deck. Let me tell you why this is the funniest crash out of the new year. So here's what happened. Anton Daniels, conservative grifter, tap dancing champion, professional black woman hater, decides he wants smoke with Corey Holcomb. Now Corey Holcomb is not your average internet debater. This man is a comedian, a roaster. The type of dude who will cook your entire bloodline and still have time to order wings after. But Anton thought he was different. This man really walked into Corey's studio on camera, mind you, and started talking about dick sucking, not as a joke, not as a punchline. As a debate tactic. Now I need y'all to understand something. When you walk up to a black man from the streets and start talking about dick sucking, you are no longer debating. You are flirting, and Corey Holcomb don't swing that way. So what does Corey do? He stands up, gets in Anton's face, and says, "Say I suck dick again." And Anton, this man who was just talking all that tough talk, legit froze hard like Windows 95, locked up, glitched out, started talking about going outside. But when Corey said, "Let's go," Anton spun like he was doing a TikTok dance and sat his ass back down. Now, on the surface, this should have been the end of it. Anton got punked, case closed, move on. But no, this man has layers of delusion. First, he goes live and says Corey sex played him. Sex played? My brother in Christ, you're the one who brought up dick sucking. Corey just called your bluff. But here's where it gets spicy. After Anton got cooked on camera, Corey decided to finish the job. He put out a whole video roasting Anton, his wife, his side chick, and his daughter. Now I'ma keep it a stack. Going after kids ain't my vibe. I don't do that, but here's the thing, Anton does. This man has spent years on his platform talking about other people's wives, other people's kids, other people's families. He called a 5-year-old autistic kid the N-word and defended the woman who said it. He talked trash about dark-skinned women while married to one. He bragged about traveling with bad bitches while his wife was at home. And now he wants protection. Ha, nah, family. You don't get to be the bully and the victim. Let me tell you what really happened here. Anton thought he could use the same tactics he used on Twitter in real life. He thought he could walk into Corey's spot, antagonize him, get a viral moment, and walk out untouched. But Corey Holcomb is not a debate bro. He's not a panel host. He's a comedian. Comedians don't argue, they destroy. And when Corey got done with him, Anton had 3 options. Take the L and move on. Come back with better material. Play the victim and cry racism. Guess which one he picked? This. Man went live the next morning before his daughter even had time to see the video and started talking about pulling her out of school therapy sessions, emotional trauma lawsuits, emergency phone calls. Bro, your daughter has 300 gold medals. She's a junior Olympian. She's been in the public domain for years. You've posted her schedule, her competitions, and her achievements all over the internet, and now you're mad that someone mentioned her once? Where was this energy when you were disrespecting other people's kids? Where was this energy when you were calling other women ugly on your platform? Where was this energy when you brought your side chick to Corey's show and promised her airtime without even asking the host? You see, this is what happens when you build your career on selective accountability. You can dish it, but you can't take it. And when the smoke finally comes your way, you pull out the race card, the daughter card, and the Christian card all at once. Here's the real lesson, and this applies to all of us. You can't be an internet gangster in real life. The internet has rules. Real life doesn't. On the internet, you can talk about dick sucking and walk away. In real life, you say that to the wrong person and you're waking up in a different dimension. Anton thought he could control the narrative because he's used to debating nerds on Zoom calls. But Corey Holcomb is 57 years old and still has more heart than Anton will ever have. And when Anton realized he couldn't win the physical confrontation, he tried to win the moral one. They attacked my daughter because she's dark-skinned. Bro, you're the one who attacked dark-skinned women for years. You're the one who said you only wanted one kid because you were broke and couldn't afford more. You're the one who got a vasectomy and bragged about it. You're the one who paraded light-skinned side chicks on Instagram while calling your wife loyal. And now you want to play the victim? Nah, family, that ain't how this works. You don't get to be Kanye and Candace Owens at the same time. You don't get to tap dance for white conservatives and then cry racism when a black comedian roasts you. Pick a side. Here's my final word on this. Anton Daniels is everything wrong with the manosphere. He's loud. He's hypocritical. He's a coward. He talks about grown man energy, but froze when a real grown man stood up. He talks about protecting black families, but disrespects black women for a living. He talks about being Christian first, but pays for side chicks in every city. And when the consequences finally caught up to him, he cried foul like a kid who got his toy taken away. So here's my message to Anton. You don't get to be the villain and the victim. You don't get to start wars you can't finish. And you definitely don't get to pull the black card after spending years tap dancing for white conservatives. Take the L, protect your family by not starting beef you can't handle, and stop acting like you're a gangster when you're really just a dude with a podcast and a trust fund. Corey Holcomb is 57, you're in your 40s, and he punked you without throwing a single punch. Let that sink in. Now to close this out, I got a question for you. We've all seen it. Someone talks the biggest game online in the group chat on their platform. Then the second real pressure shows up, they fold like a lawn chair. For me, it was watching dudes who spent years calling people out suddenly cry victim the second someone matched their energy. So I'm curious, what was your moment? When did you realize someone you watched, followed, or even knew personally was all cap? Was it a content creator who talked tough but ran when confronted? A friend who hyped themselves up but ghosted when it was time to stand on business? A public figure who played pro-black but folded for a check? Drop your stories below. No judgment, just real experiences. Because I'm convinced the internet has created a whole generation of people who think they're built differently. Until the moment arrives. Bonus question: how do you tell the difference between someone who's really about that life versus someone who's just performing for the algorithm? Let's talk about it. If you learned something today, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community that doesn't tolerate fake tough guys. Tired of watching clowns get away with hypocrisy? Join the house of hybrid, link in bio. We call out the BS and build something real. Tag someone who needs to see this. I bet they won't share it. Prove me wrong. Until the next one. The top hybrid is out.